Okay, well, hello everyone, I'm Little McGirdle, and finally, welcome to Cupid, a visual novel. Now, you did see the warning in the beginning of the video. If there are any of you that aren't necessarily mature, do not watch this. Get out of the video so I don't, well, I mean, this game is for mature audiences, but just for my sake, and so I don't get demonetized, or at least try not to, or get any backlash from playing this game, I do have a mature filter on. You can see it here. I got proof, see? Mature filter on. Now, I wanted to do this on a New Year's live stream and start playing this game, but I thought it would be just cool to just chat and hang out, and so I decided to save it for making the first video, and this one isn't going to be very long. I'm just going to give it a little introduction just to show you what the game is, and this game was also suggested by Random Realistic Tone. I'm sorry that it took so long to get to the game, but I'm excited to finally play it. So, we're just gonna start. I don't know why it says continue, but, oh, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. There's no need to explain, it's only natural. A mother loves her daughter more than anything else in the world. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm glad that's what's going on here. He hates you, doesn't he? Ooh. Is it who hates her? The whole lot of them despise you, don't they? Chasing you to the forest and gouging a hole into your leg. Ooh. What? All because you smiled at their husbands. What's going on here? And you know what? You deserve it. You freak. You disgusting, horrible, filthy little girl. Ah. Okay. Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? Oh boy, I feel like mistakes were made. You never listen. Serves you right for being the dirty girl you are. Oh no. Oh no, she didn't. Ah. But you don't have to worry, my darling. It's alright. Even if the whole world wishes you dead, I promise you this, your mother will always be by your side. Great. Thanks, Mom. You're the best. Love you. My goodness, child, what has happened to you? Oh, hello, Mr. Priest Man. Oh my god. A girl is slumped in the doorway, soaked by the rain. Her legs were covered in dirt and blood. She lifted her head upon hearing the priest's voice and stared at him with blank eyes. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. You know what? It wasn't you who sinned, it was if I understand what's going on here, and I am absolutely heartbroken right now. It wasn't your fault. Ugh. Sorry. She hobbled forwards, her bloodied leg giving way. Automatically, the priest rushed forward to steady her. Years of spiritual training has prepared him for the most unexpected guests to his church. He sprung into action. He ushered her to a pew, brought out some clean cloth and antiseptic, and began to bandage the wound on her leg. Yet throughout all this, he found that he couldn't take his eyes off her. You creepy son of a bitch. He would be gazing at the roll of bandages in his hand, deciding how to tie them, and then out of nowhere, he would be staring into her eyes. That's not okay. Even with all the mud and grime smeared across her face, he couldn't deny that she was absolutely beautiful. You are a very weird priest, but I'm just gonna continue reading. How old was she? 20? 18? 16? I don't know if that's a genuine friendly concern, or you're just being pervy. Her face was so young. The priest had long since aged past his desire for the opposite sex, but somehow something about her enraptured him. Ew. When he realized his own thoughts, he quickly steered his mind towards other matters. You shouldn't have been thinking about that in the first place. My child, what has happened to you? She seemed to take all the time in the world before responding. Yes, because she's going through some shit right now, and it scars women. Us. Oh. Of course, she wouldn't be able to function properly and speak right away. He looked at me. He looked at me and... God damn it. I knew it. And then he... Oh. Okay. Alright. I didn't know the game would start off this way. And then he started to kiss me. At first, the priest didn't understand. Then he realized with a jolt of anger what she meant. Yep. There it is. It was happening more and more often nowadays. And that's the sad part, because no one's... Sorry. My voice is... not very good. As I was saying, that's sad. Because no one's trying to take care of its problem. They're just letting it happen. And a lot of possibly young girls and women whatever. The young men of France these days are spirited, uncontrollable ruffians. Oh, it's not just the young men of France. A lady walking home by herself one night would be prey to a few number of them. Yes, she would, wouldn't they? Lust. One of the 7 deadly sins. Oh. Okay. The one that the priest personally despised the most. Good for you. Furrowing his brow in sorrow, the priest laid a hand on her thigh. Well, that's not okay. You are safe now, child. God's house is a sanctuary for the faithful. I don't think he'll protect me. He looked at her in confusion. You see, Father, I have sinned again. Huh? Right there among the pews before the altar of God, she bowed her head. I'm sorry. Was she apologizing to him or to someone else? Her hair hid her face and her eyes, and the priest could make neither head nor tail of her. He suddenly realized that his hand was still on her thigh, and he hurried drew it away. I'm sorry. She repeated this phrase over and over. After a while, the priest got up. Don't fret, child. You are not to blame. I will contact the local constable, but in the meantime, you are free to make yourself at home here. I will fetch you a hot drink. He patted her hand and left to go to the back room. She remained seated on the pew, her head bent forward. As the priest's footsteps faded away, the entire church fell into silence. Oh. Literally did? Alright. Oh, there she goes. And now that it was dead of night, the clouds covered the sky. Barely a sliver of moonlight flittered through the stained glass. The girl sat alone in a ring of darkness. She opened her mouth. Huh? No. I know. If I may say my piece, surely. Yes, Mother. Wait, what? Hold on. What's going on here? She can hear her mother's voice? But he is so very kind. Oh. Oh, this is reassuring. Oh man, I'm loving this game so far. Haven't you learned your lesson, idiot? I fear for your safety. Haven't you learned your lesson? Oh my god, the choices we make alter destiny and our future. I fear for your safety. Child, follow Mother's words and leave. You saw the look in his eyes, didn't you? You cannot stay here. Even a man of God can stain you with the filthiest colors. True. Be a good girl and follow Mother's words. But it is cold outside, Mother. The rain has not let up. Can't I stay? No. Because I have a great feeling that pervy douchebag is gonna try that. We leave now, and that is final. I will not hear another argument. I'm sorry. Please don't be angry, Mother. I understand. I shall leave at once. How am I going to mind you like this? You attract so much misfortune everywhere you go. Ah, that's not nice. Oh, wow. This is all your fault, my poor child. Oh. Okay, this is really tough. Okay, I don't know. This is all your fault. Why must you be like this? You are a blight to my heart. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. The girl sat in silence. Mother was right. After all, she was always right. Everything was her fault. Her fists shook with a mixture of fear and conviction. She had to do penance. Mother, give me strength. There is something I wish to do. The girl rose from the pew. Ah, in front of her was the altar, and on top of the altar was an ornately decorated cross. It was as wide as her head, and the tip of the cross had been crafted such that it was razor sharp. She left the pew, knelt briefly, and then walked over to the altar. Don't tell me. You're quite sure you're doing this? The girl's arm trembled ever so slightly. What other way is there for me to atone? She picked up the cross. Oh, my darling daughter. Mother is proud of you. Wait. Oh my God. Mother is proud? No, I'm not going to assume anything. It could be something else. Slowly she brought the sharp end close to her face, so close that it hovered just above her left eye. Oh no, she's gonna do it. And then she... Oh my God. Oh. Okay. I guess I was right. Oh boy. What an introduction. Okay. Oh, we're going right into it. Alright. A scruffy young girl in tattered clothes peeked through the open gates of Chateau du Somnel. An afternoon... Is it? Oh, okay, this is French. There's gonna be a lot of words that I will not be able to pronounce. Gouter was being held in its gardens. People from high-class estates strolled around the manicured gardens, chatting loudly with one another. They were beautiful ladies clad in silk and velvet, their necks adorned with pearls and jewels. A variety of foods was displayed on the tables. The girls stared at the food. She hadn't eaten properly for the past few days. Are you hungry, child? Of course, I care about the child's hunger. Are you hungry, my dear? Yes, Mother. Don't you worry. Mother will provide. Rose Girl? Is that her name? Oh, okay, her name is Rose Girl. Nice. At least now we know her name. You do not need those high-class foods anyway. They will upset your stomach. Maybe it's because she hasn't been given proper food. Now we've stayed long enough. Let us leave. Surely we can look around for a bit? It's still a little early. There was something else that called to her, other than the party itself. She walked to and fro from the gates, peeking at the crowd, despite the urgings of her mother to leave. Just a tiny glance would be enough. The girl smiled at the thought of him. The owner of the chateau, the Marquis de Gil. The girl was drawn to him. He wasn't the same as other people. He seemed different, somehow. He was kind to her, and would always hand her food when she delivered flowers. Her heart felt at ease with him. He's not the same as everyone, but... Is this us? Is this Mother talking? Are we Mother? Are we talking as Mother right now? But what if he's not the same as everyone? I don't want either of these choices. Alright. I do not. He's the same as everyone? He's the same as everyone. Greedy. Insatiable. Maybe not for you. Or for something else. But he's a kind man, Mother. Don't let his kindness fool you. Sweetest tongue hides sharpest tooth, child. She bit her lip. Why do you even bother with him? Nice, cool, pointless achievements. Gotta love them. He makes me feel that there are still good people in the world, Mother. Well, at this point, you know what, to be honest, I don't even know. Well, there are still good people in this world. I can name a few. Steven Tyler. Bless that man. Mark. Elton John. I don't know. Alright, those are the few people that I find that was worth mentioning, because they are worth mentioning. There are no more good people in the world, child. Yes, there is, Mother. Why would you say that? Let's just go with this. It is hard to say, of course, my dear. We do not know the real intentions people have. One can hope that real charity exists. Real charity does exist. Don't deny that. But even good people will always put their needs first. Even your precious Marquis. Don't you think I'm a good person, Mother? I mean, I do, but apparently Mother doesn't. Okay, we'll go with... Humans are intrinsically selfish, including you. Why do you think I take great pains to keep you out of trouble? It's because you are like this little monster. I'm sorry, Mother. If I have caused you any pain, please forgive me. The girl stared at her shoes and looked around for a bit, hoping for just a glance before she left. And there he was. There was no harm in looking, she reasoned. She would never enter the Marquis's world. Let her heart be filled with hope. He turned his eyes in her direction. Did he smile at her? Oh my God, he smiled at me. Oh my God, he means the world. The girl's heart stopped. Did he recognize her? She beamed. Court Lady 1. Oh, hello. Why, is this creature deaf as well as dumb? It might be, poor thing. Mademoiselle, the voice called to the Rose Girl. She gasped. It seemed that somebody else had noticed her presence. She turned to leave. No, my dear, poor little creature, don't run away. Charlotte, she stinks, don't touch her. Oh, that's rude. Came to crash the party, little urchin? You hungry? Her stomach gave a low grumble. She was always hungry. It seemed no matter how much or how little she ate. Encouraged by the kindness the Marquis had shown her, the girl approached the women. She teetered towards the table. What are you selling? Look at this poor creature. Is she selling roses? These are all ugly ones. But not as appalling as the rags she is covering herself in. Are you trying your best to be this repulsive? Well, maybe there's a good reason why she's dressed like that. Now, don't be mean, Antoinette. Marie Antoinette. I was just about to fly right into a Doctor Who reference there. Pardon me. Perhaps it's the commissioner. Perhaps it's the common fashion nowadays. They laughed while gawking at her unawares. Oh my, she has one eye. Oh. Ghastly, but I can't look away. The other lady nodded her head. Like a sideshow attraction, you mean? The freaks at the carnivals. She's darling in her own dirty, monstrous way. Maybe we can keep it. Hello, do you want some bread, urchin? Excuse me, we are not an urchin. Well, speak up. Maybe her tongue is short. Add that to the list of her sterling qualities. Quiet, Antoinette. Come on, don't be shy. Do you want some food? I would like some food. Let us hear you speak. Yes, madam. What? Yes, madam, I would be grateful. One of the ladies clapped in mockery at her reply. Oh, she talks. The ladies handed her the bread, but it was snatched away just before her fingers grazed it. Not before you dance for us first. Oh, that is rather insulting. Oh, make her do a handstand. I've seen one of those street people do that. Quite marvelous. Now I'd like to see that. This party is getting quite boring. Well, come on. Whatever that is, dance for your food. The girl looked at the beautiful, cruel faces of the women. That look on them. It was a burning desire to hurt something, simply because they could. She knew that look. Before they touched her and hurt her, they had look burning in their eyes. Aw, look at what you did, Claudette. She's shivering like a leaf. Poor thing. The lady was laughing as she said those words. I didn't do anything. She would be grateful we were even offering her this much. Besides, these commoners are supposed to be jolly in their misery. No, they're not. Come on, girl, show us your joy. The girl moved away as they laughed. Mother, please, save me. Mother. Didn't I tell you people are cruel? You know, that is a fact of life. Haven't I taught you this time and again? People are cruel. Now you see it firsthand. Hey there! Oh, hello. A child's voice called up from behind her. It belonged to a girl around 7 with chubby cheeks and a look of curiosity in her eyes. She wore an old blue dress, somewhat patched to the corners, but kept clean and tidy. She was not rich, but she had an air as she owned the ground she stood on. Another commoner. This party is absolutely teeming with them. The Marquis loves these things. Herd depicts them randomly from the street. Maybe I should get me one, too. Do you think it's fashionable abroad, in his birth country, I mean? Persia? Is he the Prince of Persia? Okay. No, I heard he was from India. I heard rumors he's a bastard son of a Greek queen. I could get into a whole lecture about people from Greek in way back when. Am I thinking about the same thing? I don't know. I totally blanked. I am terribly sorry. Okay, moving on. Alright. Goodness! This is so far-fetched. I could barely pronounce his name, though. He really should change it to something more acceptable. Alright. Okay, then. Who knows what kind of demons he might be attracting with such a blasphemous name. It must be why all these nasty, horrid little creatures flock around him. Oh. Devil or not, I'll forgive him if he kisses my hand. The ladies laughed. Salope. Okay. Aren't you shameless? Don't lie, we all know why we're here. The ladies gossiped among themselves, openly ignoring the girl. The young girl took to slating with a shrug. She approached the table and asserted her presence. What you doing? Goodness, they don't take a hint, do they? Throw something shiny, it might distract them. Wow. Okay. Have you been holding that bread for a long time? Aren't you going to give it to her? She pointed at the shabby rose vendor. Why do you care? Do you want the bread for yourself? I bet she's hungry too. I know, maybe you should toss the bread and see if they'll fight for it. Oh. The ladies laughed to themselves. The girl stared at them with confusion. Her brow was furrowed in a childlike understanding. Oh. Next thing everyone knew, she had swiped the bread from the woman's hand. Oh my! How rude! Horribly filthy girl! Give that back! The girl sniffed a piece of bread and nibbled at the surface. Yummy! It's still warm. She shoved the bread in the urchin's face. The scrumptious scent of bread flooded the rose girl's nose. Lick it! The sugared butter tastes good! No, you devil child! Give that back! The urchin licked it. Her tongue was coated in sweetness. She stood there, squeezing the taste in her tongue. The girl grinned at her, and she couldn't help but grin back. Sorry, here you go. It's all yours. Oh, disgusting! Like we were going to eat anything that had been in your filthy mouths. Wow, so this is ours now? You ladies are so nice. Oh, that's clever. Oh, I like this girl. Cheeky little brat, I'll have you thrown out of this party. I'll have you... Oh, hello. It's the Marquis. Hello. Oh. A young man strode to the commotion, a sweet scent lingering as he passed. The rose girl felt her mouth well up. His presence filled her body, almost as if her hunger was abated. Ew. She blushed furiously. What a strange effect he had. That's a weird name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ladies. Oh, sir. I just came to check in on my esteemed guests. Is everything all right? Are you enjoying yourselves? One of the ladies started fanning herself with obvious annoyance. Ugh. Well, these little beasts have been harassing us. Excuse me? Yes, my lord? We were just minding our business when this girl swiped the food off our table. Horrible little nits. The girl stuck out her tongue at them. A lady wiped her eyes in mock tears. Ugh. See, look at that. It's absolutely monstrous how these children act around adults now. There is no respect. Messiah, I worry for the next generation. I worry for the next generation too, because so far, our generation won't survive when the next generation isn't here anymore. We're gonna die. Actually, oh, Charlotte, don't cry. Well, my lord, we would all breathe a little easier if those children were sent on their way. Yes, who knows what kind of mischief they might be up to. They might set fire to the tables, you see. Oh, or steal our jewelry. In fact, I think my pocket watch is missing. Don't you put that on us. No, how unfortunate. One of the ladies continued her childish wailing. It is, Messiah. It's unfortunate how you allow your important guests to be treated this way. Please deal with these vermins and throw them out now. Oh, my sweet ladies, I am stricken with grief at your misfortunes. Allow me to offer my heartfelt apologies. Unfortunately, this was my child, his important guest today, and you are, sad to say, paltry squatters. Excuse me? Madam Charlotte of Monteplier. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it like that now. I don't remember sending you an invite. Same for you, Lady Antoinette of Rennes and Lady Claudette of Lyon. Most people I invited are huge patrons of music. That is why they are here today. They came to listen to Mademoiselle Catherine Louise Perride. She is a 7-year-old piano prodigy who played for the Queen last summer. Whoa! That is amazing. The man pointed at the girl busy chewing her half of the bread. Oh, that's her. Oh my god! The Rose Girl just stared at the unfolding situation. Well, that's... I am sure you were aware of that, were you not? No matter, I am always happy to see you, ladies. It is my pleasure to have you here. But I hope you don't mind giving some of the food away to my townspeople. That is why I keep my gates open. My servants are instructed to serve anyone who passes by, not just my guests. But don't you fret, my darlings. There is plenty more to be served. The ladies blushed in embarrassment. One of them began to fan herself even faster. Excuse me. The Marquis walked up to the two girls. The Rose Girl's heart beat so fast it made her head feel light and dizzy. She had never been this close to him. Oh, girl, calm down. Calm down there. It made her feel a mixture of fear and elation. Lady Catherine, your father has been looking for you. It is almost time for your performance. The girl looked up at the Marquis and did a little curtsy. My apologies, sire. I didn't mean to cause a clatter. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. If anyone does, I don't know how you tell me in the comments down below, but you could find a way, because I'm going to be pronouncing his name wrong, because I don't know how to pronounce it. I saw the whole thing, ma chérie. You put those ladies in their place. Oh god, they're French. They were being mean to her. Narrowed his eyes at the quiet girl. She hid behind a basket of roses. She couldn't look at him directly. He was like the sun. It hurt just to be in his presence. Yet there was relief in her heart as he stepped closer to her. I've seen you before, haven't I? The Rose Girl nodded and made a curtsy. I deliver roses to your house sometimes, sire. Yes, the girl with the sweetest face. The Rose Girl blushed. I love your roses, by the way. They stay fresh. I was about to do a French accent, but I kind of gagged a little. I don't know. I can't do it. They stay fresh longer than they should. You've tended to them with love. But thank you, sire. Do you have a name, young lady? What's the matter? It's all right, young lady. If you would rather, let's call her Rosa. Rosa! It fits her. I think she forgot her name, or she lost it. The Marquis nodded wisely. A valid point. Are you alright with that, Rosa? Yes. Come on, Rosa, you'll watch me play, right? Her eyes darted from the girl to the Marquis. Oh, Sir Gilly doesn't mind. Gilly? He's really nice to me and my family. And he helps the people around town, too. He won't throw you out. The Marquis held his right hand in the air as if swearing an oath. I solemnly swear I am up to no good. Okay, alright. I won't. See? Come on, you're invited now. You're my special guest. There's plenty of food inside, too, Rosa. Please help yourself. Thank you, sire. Rosa is coming! Yay! Now this is my first public performance, Rosa. I am a bit nervous. Catherine scratched her head. What will I do if I make a mistake? Papa will be very upset. We're only human. We're allowed to make mistakes, okay, Catherine? Don't you worry. The Marquis knelt in front of Catherine and rubbed her shoulders fondly. You won't make a mistake, ma chérie. As long as you put your heart into the keys. Play to touch your audience, and mistake won't matter. Do you understand? Catherine stared at the Marquis. Not really, the man chuckled. You will someday. Just play your first song with me in your mind, will you? Something that you'll think will make me smile. Guillaume held Catherine's clear young eyes in his gaze. He kissed her hand. It was covered with sticky sugar and breadcrumbs. Catherine blushed. It was the first time she looked embarrassed by anything. It would be my pleasure, sir. Catherine charged up the wooden podium and walked towards the middle of the stage. The crowd's chatter died down. She curtsied and, yeah, good for her, yay! It's gonna end start. Alright. Waved to her father and stole a glance at Guillaume. Hello. Okay. Hello. Sorry, I clicked out of the game. Okay. Sorry. The man gave her a tiny nod. Ooh. She sat down in front of the piano, admiring the cream and ebony keys underneath her fingers. Her own piano was broken and beaten. Father had sold his horse on it. Father had sold his horse for it. Nice. Okay. The A3 key never played, and the strings would creak when it was cold. Ah, that's a very bad shapely piano. But it had never failed her. She knew the keys like they were her own fingers. She whispered to the new piano softly, as if coaxing a beautiful, untamed animal. Let's be friends, okay? She saw Rose at the far end of the podium, watching her diligently. There was renewed vigor in her blood. She could hear the keys calling out to her. A song that would make him smile. She placed her fingers on the keys. She began to play. Can I hear? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, listen to that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. I like that. That's real nice. I don't know how long it goes, but nice, I love it. Does it go on for long? Oh, okay. Alright, sorry. At the ring of the first few notes, it became apparent to the audience that the girl was something special. Indeed, she is. There was a little girl, barely tall enough to reach the pedals of the piano, playing as if she owned it. There were times she'd miss a note or two, but that didn't matter. She played the song to make someone smile, and it touched everyone present. Her musical skill is far beyond her years. Her fingers caressed the keys as she was making a flower crown, carefully weaving the petals. She knew the correct way to tie the leaves so they wouldn't tear like a small little girl's did. As the piano sang under her hands, Catherine seemed to disappear right in front of the audience's eyes. She was just a vision. After all, somebody leading them down a stream. A dream of a garden, the springtime, the shade of a tree on a windy day. The couples in the audience tightened their grip on the hands of their partners. Some closed their eyes and let the music saturate their soul. Let's just take a moment and take this in. Beautiful. Oh, something about her youth. My gosh, I'm sorry. Her first love. The yawn of a newborn. Rose's eyes shone as she stared at Catherine. Ooh. Her heart was captured by this image of her, a young girl swaying her head to the music, smiling as the notes poured out of her. She couldn't take her eye away from Catherine's glowing face. Was this happiness? Was this love? She looked like she was in love, and she was, wasn't she? In her innocence, she was still in love with life, in her love with her family, with her pets, and in love with every new discovery. She was full of hope. It was a bittersweet feeling for Rosa. A happy teardrop rolled down her cheek. She wanted to warm herself in that hope if she could. In the audience, Guillaume and Catherine's father sat beside each other. Hello, Sir Period. Your daughter is amazing. She is, isn't she? I mean, pardon my arrogance, my liege. I am very proud, father, you see. No pardon necessary, sire. Has she found a sponsor yet? Francois. Oh, Francois. The Duke of Versailles once spoke to me about it, but we have not made any arrangements. Then I must steal her away as soon as possible. Sire, I'd like to be Catherine's primary sponsor, if that's all right with you. My sire, and to further comment my status, that piano she's playing right now, it is hers. I've bought it for her. Francois' eyes widened in astonishment. That is beyond generous, sire. William smiled. Well, I must make it hard for you to refuse me, you see. I took an opportunity of asking you outright. You see, the Duke might offer an extravagant piano played in gold. In that case, I have no choice but to humbly concede. What? I am kidding. The Duke of Versailles is the worst miser you will ever meet. The men chuckled. Of course, I shall be paying her for her musical tutoring as required, along with an ample stipend to accommodate your family. Ah, you don't have to look so surprised, Monsieur Pierre. Your daughter is a star. There's a... Such big words. Okay. Effervescence about her that enraptures the soul. There is no doubt in my mind that she will succeed. Thank you deeply, my liege. Please call me by my name, Messiah. Let me remind you that generosity isn't without charge. Her tutoring will be done in my house. I want to monitor her progress. Apart from that, I'd very much like Catherine to visit me and play from time to time. Music is one of my true passions. Her presence would benefit my mood tenfold. Of course, sire. There's a small price to pay for all your offers. On the contrary, Messiah, you don't have to decide now. Kindly think about it. Thank you, my lord. Sire Guillaume. After the performance, Catherine and Rosa went to the Marquis's garden to play. Francois and Guillaume lingered on the table, sorting out the details of Catherine's further education. Emily wandered about the crowd, searching for a familiar face. She had arrived halfway through Catherine's performance, just in time to gush over her little sister's applause. Unfortunately, she couldn't find her father in the crowd. When she finally caught sight of the back of his head, she approached him hastily. Father, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Emily stopped as she saw the man her father was talking to. It was none other than the Marquis himself. She fixed herself consciously and curtsied. My lord, pardon my intrusion. I didn't realize. Guillaume smiled at her kindly. You are free to intrude at any time, my lady. Emily smiled back just as the room said. The Marquis was easy on the eyes. Oh, indeed he is. To whom do I owe the pleasure of acquaintance? This is my eldest daughter, Emily. Pardon me for not introducing her sooner. Charmed. Likewise. Guillaume offered her a seat. Emily sat down across the man. Well, it seems talent and good looks run in the family. Francois rubbed his neck. Yes, my daughters are my pride and joy. Thankfully, they both look after their mother. Surely not, Monsieur Pierre. The eyes are yours. Earnest and loving eyes. Emily snorted at such sappy words. Her father was clearly basking in the compliments. If this was really the famous Guillaume the room was talked about, then he wasn't exactly much of a charmer. She didn't know what all the fuss was about. The ladies in the house she worked for could not seem to stop talking about this man. Admittedly, there was something morbidly curious about the way he looked at people. Like he was always distracted and could only say words that were expected of him. I'm pleased to have finally met you, sire. I've heard a lot about you on my travels. All good things, I hope. Depends on the tabloid and the day of the week. Emily thought to herself and chuckled. You are a governess, I was told. Where do you work? With Dimitri household, sire. Ah, yes, I heard you were marrying into the family soon. Oh, father, I told you not to tell anybody yet. I didn't, but you know how people talk. Word travels fast. Pardon the comment, then, my lady. Please. Your betrothed is a lucky man, I am sure. The conversation endured through the afternoon. Small talk, musical composers their own, Catherine's musical background, Francois' students, Emily's work. Emily played with her napkin, offering droll opinions on the particularly droll topics. All throughout the exchange, Emily observed the infamous Marquis de Gaulle? I'm still not pronouncing it right. This was him? The audacious, shameless flirt of the royal court and tabloids? According to the rumors, he was able to bed both the widowed Countess of Devonshire and her daughter. Oh, he's a real Casanova. At the same time. Yep, like I just said, my comment stands. And even had a tumultuous relationship with the Prince of Gamut. He didn't limit himself to royalty, or so the tabloids said. His latest fling was with an English poet, who they say almost killed him when he was caught with another man. Oh, or a woman. At this point, who knew what was real and what was a blatant lie made up by the newspapers? She had looked forward to meeting him, and here he was, finally, talking about sampling the new bakery's creme brulee. Well, I got that word right. Proud of that. She couldn't say she was disappointed exactly, but the Marquis was a depressingly normal man. Maybe even boring, Emily ventured. She watched as his gaze flickered across her hair and her nose before lazily trailing away. How infuriating. She wondered if he would suddenly say something coy, or insist to dance with her. Just something outrageous, honestly, so she could shoot him down. The man who everyone was interested in. It would be a small victory for reasonable women everywhere. But the Marquis was nothing but polite. He did not ogle. He did not touch unnecessarily. No audacious gestures or suggestive winks of the eye. He would not even look at her more than 2 seconds. Maybe she was not pretty enough to flirt with. You're so confusing. Emily bit her lip. She wouldn't be thinking that. But, what a handsome fella. Oh my gosh. There were also times that he would quietly look into her eyes when the conversation lulled. When the words spoken with or without meaning, their eyes would converse further. Ooh, shiny. To Emily, he started to look lonely underneath the facade of caprice. He seemed tired of all the gallivanting, the rumors, and the numerous flings. We're all a little lonely, aren't we? Perhaps even he. He invited the family over to his chateau and commented on how empty the building felt sometimes. Music was his guilty pleasure. It got him through the cold nights, he said with a sad grin. How he wouldn't mind a warm soul to touch. Okay. And before she could stop herself, Emily had begun to imagine his lips on her neck. On one of those, cold nights. Emily shook her head, trying to erase the thoughts of her mind. They were having a perfectly mundane conversation. She didn't know where those thoughts came from. Fortunately, her father didn't seem to notice. Music and loneliness struck a nerve with Francois, teary-eyed. He had immersed himself in his music tutoring, his students, and Catherine, ever since his wife had gotten sick. It had been 6 years, but sometimes the nights were cold, for Francois the Marquis was speaking to his soul. He was a kindred spirit. He wasn't a pompous showabout, like all the other royalty Catherine had played for. The Marquis even had a wine collection he wanted to show Francois. Such a down-to-earth, generous young man. Emily, your face is flushed. Are you all right? I'm fine. Just the sun, probably. Or maybe our little sexy dreams with the Marquis. I'm sorry. That was not true, of course. The afternoon sun had already lost most of its heat. Thankfully, Catherine provided a distraction. She ran towards the little huddle and flung her arms around her father's torso, chattering happily about gardens and butterflies. A young ragged girl followed behind her. Emily wasn't sure how old the girl was. Her dirty blonde hair had the left side of her face. You could just see faint traces of scars peeking through. A surge of motherly affection caught hold of her heart. "Hello there, young lady." The girl looked down at her toes, but she gave her a shy smile. "I see you've made a crown of flowers. You look very pretty." "Thank you, madame. Catherine gave it to me." "Sister, this is Rosa. She's really nice. She knows the name of all the flowers in Sir Gilly's garden." "Catherine, there you go again with your silly names." "Sister, help me convince Papa to let Rose stay with us." "Catherine, Papa, please let her stay with us. She doesn't have anywhere to go." "Now, Catherine, that is not very nice. Rosa, here is a girl. She's not a kitten you can just pluck from the street and take her home like you always do with stray animals. Goodness knows we have all the stray cats of France living in our house." "That must be some house, 'cause there's a lot of stray cats." "Yes, I know she's not a kitten. I know she's a girl. But shouldn't we take her home even more so?" Francois sighed. Guillaume chuckled underneath his breath. He was clearly enjoying this exchange. "Your daughter has some very unique views," Sir Period. "Well, Sir Gilly, what do you think?" "Huh?" Guillaume's face lost his casual bystander look. "You're a marquis. I'm sure my father would follow your orders, right? Shouldn't we take Rosa home?" Guillaume's brows furrowed at being put on the spot so suddenly. He stole a glance at Francois, who silently pleading him with his eyes not to humor the child. He cleared his throat. "Well, I'm sure it's up to your father, since he owns the house. You will not have to clothe and feed Rosa, you see." "Yes, but I've got it all figured out. Ever since sister moved to work, nobody minds the house anymore. And I have to wash the dishes every time. Ugh. Papa's so busy, and we always have enough food for the two of us. If Rosa stays, then I wouldn't be so lonely on my own. She'll wear sister's old clothes and won't mind the house when both sister and father are away. She can wash the dishes sometimes, and I'll wash them sometimes." Guillaume and Francois shared a look. "And besides, if it were up to me, I'd have people take one girl home in their house and give her food. Girls don't even eat that much. Not sure about boys." She thought for a bit. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's not too much that people can't take them home too. One time I ate one whole plate of potatoes and my stomach hurt. If Rosa was there, I wouldn't have to eat so much. Maybe." Guillaume couldn't help but laugh. Francois rubbed his neck in embarrassment. "I'm so sorry, sire. She is very headstrong. Father, I am sure taking Rosa in wouldn't be too much trouble for us financially. My new work pays better. I'm sure we can adjust." "Well, about that. Perhaps if Rosa works in the household, it wouldn't be much of a burden to your family." "Oh, Sir Gilly is great. You are truly a kind soul, sire." "Not at all. I'm sure I need her help more than she needs mine. Isn't that right, Rosa?" "In that case, I would love to offer my home to Rosa. Although I am still worried that this is supposed to be more complicated. What about her family or her friends? Are we violating any laws, perhaps? I am not even sure." "As long as it's consensual, sire, the details can be smoothed out later." The girl was quiet the whole time she was looking at her toes, or at Catherine. "Rosa, do you have any family, relatives, or friends you stay with?" "No, sire. My mother died a long time ago. But she guides me always, so please don't be compelled to mind me." "No, don't go back to the streets, Rosa. It's September. It's going to be really cold soon. Sir Gilly will even give you work. Stay with us." "But Catherine..." Francois sighed in surrender. All right. She can stay for the night." "Oh, well. Papa! Just for tonight, and we'll see if she wants to stay for longer. Catherine, you cannot hold people in their place just because you want them there. Do you understand?" If Rosa wants to leave, she may leave. You can't keep her like an object. Gilliam cleared his throat. That is sound advice, Sir Pierre. Yes, Papa, I understand. Rosa, please make yourself comfortable in our home. Thank you. Papa is the best. Catherine turned to Gilly and again. Sir Gilly, don't you think if everyone with a house takes on one person home, nobody would freeze in winter? You should make it into a law. They'll obey because you're a marquis, and because you're tall. Oh, so people obey my orders because I am tall? What a compliment. Well, you're taller than my papa, at least. He'll never be a marquis. Francois pulled on his daughter's ear with embarrassment. Catherine, mind your manners. I am so sorry, sire. Gilliam shook his head, his eyes trailing over the pretty-eyed family. Emily watched him curiously. The same sadness once again surfaced for the briefest moment. You have a lovely family, sire. I am quite jealous. You make me want to settle down myself someday. He chuckled. Maybe. Emily's heart skipped a beat. Did he just look at her when he said that? She couldn't be sure. Catherine is perfect the way she is. It is one of the reasons why I'm invested in her. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my god, I love it. So sorry. Gideon knelt down so that he was eye to eye with Catherine. He patted her head. You are a very intelligent, kind-hearted girl, Catherine. You are a star. Mon étoile. Someday I know you will change the world. At least I'd like to see you try. Mother. Oh my. Help me. What is going on? My chest. Uh-oh. I can't breathe. No. Catherine. Oh boy. Oof. Oh, okay. Chapter 2. La Pourquoi? I don't know what's funny because I am going to... Okay. Oh, no. Okay, hang on. Empty slot. There we go. Oh, boy. Okay, so... What, are those chapters? There seems to be 6 chapters. Okay, well, that was chapter 1. This game is insane, but it's really good. I didn't know what to expect, but I am absolutely enjoying it. I'm sorry if this episode seemed a bit long. I didn't plan to do that. I was just going to give a little introduction to it, but I got caught up in the game, and I just kept on going. But hopefully you've enjoyed it anyway, and I think this is going to be a great start to the series. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, hit that button down below. And like always, I will catch you all in the next video. Stay awesome. Also, okay, this game is on Steam. I think it's free. I will leave a link in the description down below. Sorry for totally messing up the outro, but hi.